Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham. Yahweh Shema Aladam. Ba'Shem Yahshai. This is Priest and Officer Quiraya Allah out of ISUPK, Connecticut. And today we're going to get into the nightmare. Martin Luther King's nightmare. Christianity and the false prophets that have led the Lord's people astray. Understand that today is a day that's celebrated by America for one of the biggest traitors or biggest false prophets that went against the Most High, that led blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians astray into a burning building, as he confessed weeks prior to him getting killed. And we talking about Martin Luther King. We talking about how I'm going to get into how the scriptures even bring out the fact of him being a false prophet, and that how his dream has led our people into death. His dream has been horrific, even to present day, with our brothers and sisters out there that's black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. When you see the killings, when you seeing that our oppressor, the white man, the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, still killing us aimlessly with all this marching that we've been doing since the 50s, 60s, up until now, it means nothing. Understand that Christianity, which that's the religion that Martin Luther King was a part of, is a violent religion. It is a violent religion that have made blacks and Hispanics effeminate and soft. It's violent because when you look at these protesters at Capitol Hill recently, that storm that was shooting, that went and raided the Capitol, they were all Christians. They all believe in Christianity. All these cops that call themselves going to the church and everything, all this is part of Christianity. But when you look at black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, when you look at the marches that we had, Farrakhan done had the Million Man March. Martin Luther King, Michael King, had all these marches. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians marched. These oppressors, these devil dogs out here, same Christianity, same belief, went and raided the Capitol. Now, Most High in Christ, sidebar for a second. The cops, they did their thing and they shot that Edomite in the neck. But that's just one casualty. If that was a bunch of black, Hispanic, and Native Indians raiding the Capitol, it would have been a bloodbath up in there. But the fact that Edomite had to get shot and they raided, they wasn't thinking about marching. They was not thinking about marching. because they know in order to be seen, in order to be heard, you have to get aggressive. Now, I'm not telling anybody out there to go do what they did, but understand when you look at history and when you look at when the so-called our oppressors have been oppressed, the Irish and so forth, when they came over here, they knew that rioting and getting aggressive is gonna get them heard, as opposed to marching and asking the bully to stop bullying them. They knew that they had to fight back. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and do that. But understand that the point I'm making is Christianity on a whole. You have white Christians and you have black and Hispanic and Native Indian Christians. These white Christians got violent. The black Christians that Martin Luther King and all our false prophets have taught our people, have made us the men effeminate, have made the women whores, have led our people astray, the Lord's people, to the point where to this day we still asking our oppressor to forgive us and to don't hurt us. Understand that all that marching that we've done, that Martin Luther King, that Farrakhan and so forth, going to Capitol Hill, having these marches, to have them stop and take it easy on us, have done nothing for us. Understand that that was a waste of time. The only benefit that we got out of that was we got our cardio up and stronger legs for marching. You know? But other than that, marching have done nothing for us. These false prophets have done nothing for us. Martin Luther King have done nothing for us. His dream was a complete nightmare. But you know, in the Bible here, it tells you about Martin Luther King. It was prophesied that he's going to sit there and mislead our people. Now I'm going to go into Jeremiah 23 and 25. It said, I have heard what the prophets said, that prophecies lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Understand that those lies that Martin Luther King had about dreaming about whites and black, that's a lie. That was all a front. It was prophesied that a false prophet will say that. Now I'm going to 26, verse 26. It says, how long shall this be? Shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Now, what Martin Luther King did, what these Christian pastors do, and is still doing, is prophesy deceit of their heart. Because they have their own agenda of prophesying certain things towards the Lord's sheep, towards the flock in their congregation. Their agenda is to get money, and their agenda is to have sex, to commit adultery, and to child molest. Because that's what the black Christian churches and Hispanic Christian churches and so forth do to our people. They take advantage of the sheep. They take advantage of them because that's what Christianity is built on: rape, robbing, murdering, being a homosexual, thieving, you name it. That's Christianity. That white, that not even white, that devil dog, that what they call Jesus, which is Caesar Borgia, is what this country, is what that religion is based on. Being a homosexual, a child molester, a murderer, a rapist, a robber, a thief, a drug dealer, that's what this country is built on. This is what Martin Luther King and all these Christian preachers out here is still doing to this day. Leading the Lord's people. Having them spreading lies and prophesying deceit in their own heart. You know? Let me go to 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. Understand that these Christian pastors, Martin Luther King, have turned our people away from the Lord, have caused our people to forget the Most High, Yahweh in Hebrew. And there's a penalty that they're going to have to pay for that. Because understand that these false dreams that Martin Luther King had has been a nightmare, nothing but a nightmare for our people. And to still see that our people are paying him homage for all that he's done. He's done nothing for our people of Michael King and what he done or what he did not do for our people. A lot of people, they just hear what's being said and they just roll with it. You look at today and you see on TV, you see sports, you see, people and athletes talk about the impact that Martin Luther King had for our people. But they just sound like a broken record, like they just heard whatever story was said, whatever false lies was said about him to make him out to be, the good guy. But in actuality, he's not. And he even knew it. And he admitted it before he got killed. Now, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to verse 28. It says, the prophet that had a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that that hate my word, let him speak my word. The prophet that had a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that had my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, said the Most High. So the Most High is basically saying, whoever takes heed to this dream, let him. Whoever takes heed to the Most High faithfully, like the men and the women in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, take to this truth, to the Most High, then let us deal with it. Understand that with that dream, that so-called dream that Martin Luther King had, it destroyed us as it destroyed us. It destroyed our communities. This integration destroyed us as a people. We had the best schools. We had the best. We had everything. We had our own communities. We had our own police, and we had every. We were self-sufficient. We was doing real good. But the fact that Martin Luther King or Michael King had a lust for these devil dogs out there, for the female red dogs out there. That's what that dream was about. That's what that nightmare was about. Being able to sit amongst those dogs, our oppressor. Being able to drink out of the same, like being able to eat in their restaurants. Like, newsflash, white people can't cook. Now, unless it's something that I don't, unless it's something that turned over within the years, as far as I'm concerned, white people can't cook. They have no taste buds, So why would you want to eat in their restaurants? Why would you want anything of theirs? But good old Michael King, a.k.a. Martin Luther King, good old Christianity has pushed us to integrate, has caused us to lose our communities and our businesses, our mom and pop stores. Because this goes back with that Stockholm syndrome, because we feeling as a people that we need to rely on our oppressors to keep us going when we actually don't. Salaki, let me get back to the scriptures. Verse 29, is not my word like as a fire, saith the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Verse 30, therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, saith the Most High, that steal my words, every one from his neighbor. Verse 31, behold, I am against the prophets, saith the Most High, that use their tongues to say, he saith. Verse 32, behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Most High, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies, and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, said the Most High. Verse 33, and when this people, or prophet, or a priest, shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the Most High? Thou shalt then say unto them, what burden? I will even forsake you, saith the Most High. And verse 34, and as for the prophet and the priest and the people that shall say, the burden of the Most High, I will even punish that man and his house. Understand that the Most High is telling you right there that these false prophets that have spread lies in the name of the Most High, he's going to punish. Those prophets that have led the Lord's people into that burning building is going to be dealt with. Understand that the Most High got love for our people, the 12 tribes, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Understand that when you lead the Most High sheep astray, into the slaughterhouse. The Most High, he takes offense to that. Because, for one, you're prophesying not in his name, but you're lying on him. All these Christian pastors out there, all these preachers out there that said the Most High said this, they had a dream. They had a dream. Understand that. The Most High tell you right there, I ain't give you no dream. I ain't sent for them. So understand that these false prophets, these Christian pastors, priests, bishops, you name it, is going to get dealt with if they haven't already. You see a lot of them, they dying from AIDS and, and getting locked up for molestation and rape and so forth. And it's going to be a ton. It's going to be a ton more of them. Their house is going to get destroyed. The Most High is going to bring them down. The Most High is going to put them to death. Now let me skip that. I'm going to Deuteronomy 13:5. And it says, and that, hold on. Okay. It says, I'm going to start at 4. It says, ye shall walk after the Most High, your powers, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. Yeah. So, you're supposed to cleave and take to the Most High. You got to cleave onto him and teach this word according to how the Most High told us to teach. Understand that the Christian pastors don't do that. They're not doing that at all. They're not teaching the Most High. They're not cleaving to the Most High. They're not serving the Most High. Understand that, that the Most High have these laws, statutes, and commandments that are set out for the 12 tribes, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians to carry out. Let me go to verse 5. It says, and that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he had spoken to turn you away from the Most High your powers, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Most High thy powers commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. And it says, let me go to 6. It says, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers. Verse 7, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even until the other end of the earth. Verse 8, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eyes pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. Understand that the Most High is surely, and he's telling you there, He's going to put you to death. These false prophets out here that's leading our people, that's having us worship these other gods, Caesar Borgia, these false prophets of our people that are in these other religions as well, Islam, Christianity, and so forth, are getting dealt with. But mainly Christianity. Why? Because they are using the Most High's name. And he clearly told you in the other scriptures that he did not say, he did not call on them to serve our people. Now let me drop that. Let me get into Lamentations 4:17. Okay, Lamentations 4:17. As far as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Understand that while Martin Luther King was dreaming, while all these pastors and priests, when they is talking about they had a dream and the Lord came to them that night and so forth, understand that with that nightmare that Martin Luther King had, we sat there praying and hoping, even to this day, the hands up, don't shoot. We're sitting here begging for a nation that could and would not save us. And understand that they very well shouldn't. Because our faith have to come, we have to put our trust and our faith in the Most High and nobody else on this earth. The Most High put these nations over us. So why are we looking for them to save us? And this is where Christianity gets our people confused and screwed up. Because a lot of our people that's in these Christian churches are looking for answers. But they can't get it. They won't get it. Because Christianity have only one agenda. And their agenda is to get into your pockets and to get into everybody in that congregation, from the men, women, and children, pants, and take advantage of them. And go against everything that these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High set out for us. Let me drop that. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. When we out there in the streets, the men of ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, when we're out there teaching and preaching, we are mad. We are wise men. How we wise? According to these scriptures. We get our wisdom through these scriptures. We are mad as hell because when we're looking at our daughters being whores, dressing like whores, acting like whores, you know, their whole mannerism is whores. When we're looking at our sons looking effeminate, our sons, our daughters looking masculine. When we sitting here and everybody, our people are stuck on these reality TV shows, or they stuck on this internet where you know, they looking for likes, so they create all kinds of situations where you'll see, you know, a black on black crime, somebody getting jumped, beat, just so they could videotape, you know, the incident. Understand that we we are mad as hell when we seen our people strung out on drugs, when we seen our people, you know, eating out of garbage cans, when we seen our children getting abused, getting molested, when we see our women just throwing away babies like it's a pair of shoes or something, when we see our men effeminate and not taking hold of their responsibilities as a man because they wasn't taught any better, because of the cycle of the mother kicking the father out the house, or the father having to leave, because this system that's not geared for black, Hispanic, and Native Indians have made the man have to leave. And in the process of him leaving, being taken for child support. And in the process of that, having the man turn his back on the kids that grow up without a father in the household. Understand that ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana is bringing back black families back. We're putting the black man back in the household. Christianity is not doing that. Michael King, Martin Luther King Jr. was not doing that for our people. Because of integration, black households have been destroyed. Because of this nightmare that Michael King, Martin Luther, aka Martin Luther King, have destroyed our people. It's been no good have came out of that. Christianity, nothing good have came out of Christianity for our people. When I say our people, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. So let me read Ecclesiasticus again. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroy the heart. All you have to do is keep these Christian churches or these pastors or deacons, you give them money and they good. They would spread all kinds of lies throughout the congregation for that dollar. And that's what happens with these Christian churches out here. They don't care about our people, the Lord's people, the 12 tribes of Israel. They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is the green in their pockets, the congregation pockets. They don't care. They're not in the business of coming up with solutions to help our people get out of whatever they may be feeling or doing. They don't have the solutions. And if they do have the solutions, they're not going to share it with them, because that just means they're going to get fixed, and that means that they're not going to be able to get donations and offerings to them. So that's how they stay in business, because a gift destroyed the heart. So you can sit there and bribe them. You know, if our oppressor comes with a bag and be like, look, don't teach our people that Christ is black and the real Jews are black. Keep that away from them. That's what they do. And that's what they've been doing. understand that we got to wake up. Now's not the time to be tiptoeing around, playing around. Now's the time to get serious and to learn and claim your culture. Let me drop that. Let me get Proverbs 3 and 5. I'm going to Proverbs 3 and 5. Salakia. It says, trust in the Most High with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Understand that you have to trust in the Most High. When the Most High say it, it's done. The Most High tells you to come and to deal with him faithfully and wholeheartedly, paraphrasing, and to fear him. The fact that Christianity, these Christian pastors, can turn around and lie on the Most High, that's not fearing. If you could lie on somebody, that means you definitely don't fear him. You have no respect for him. So therefore, the Most High is not going to have respect, or don't have respect for them, these false prophets. I'm going to read again, Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Most High with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Christianity don't acknowledge the Most High, and their path is going astray. They leading our people astray. Verse 7, be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Most High and depart from evil. Now, this is the Most High. He's telling you, be not wise and not, don't look and see and think. He says, fear the Most High, move away from that evil. If in the scriptures it tells you you're not supposed to be a homosexual, you're not supposed to, a woman not supposed to lay with another woman, a man not supposed to lay with another man. If it's telling you don't eat shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, if it's telling you don't celebrate our oppressor's holiday, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, etc., that's departing from evil when you don't do that. Fearing the Most High is departing from evil, because you don't want the business given to you from the Most High, the creator of all things living. So why would you want to listen to these pastors out here? Because they're not going to teach you from the Bible, because they create their own Bible. They take out scriptures that a lot of people in their congregation would not know. So when they up there teaching, they're just listening and putting their trust into that preacher that's leading them astray. Understand that now's the time to wake up. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, women, children. Now's the time to wake up and get in these classes. Now is the time to cut the BS out and to really wake up and learn about your culture. Because the Bible is our history book right there. It tells us everything we need to know if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Now let me drop that. Let me go to Romans 16 and 17. Spare me 1 second. Okay. It says, Romans 16 and 17. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So understand that these pastors and preachers and these Christian lights, it tells you, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine. Anybody that goes contrary to what these scriptures are telling us are marked. You are marked. Understand that. You go against these scriptures and you come up and you lean on your own understanding, you are marked. All these false prophets, these Sadducees and Pharisees that's out here is marked because they're going contrary to the doctrine, these scriptures. And it says to avoid them, stay away from them. They're no good. Verse 18, it says, for they that are such serve not our Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which is the Lord Jesus Christ in Hebrew, but their own belly, and by good words. I'm gonna read that again. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Understand that that smooth words and that slick talk that these pimps, aka preachers in these churches, are doing, they deceive the hearts of the simple. Because once again, when you got our elderly sisters and brothers, our women, and the men going in there in the churches, in these Christian churches, and they looking for answers. They looking for hope because our black leadership has failed us. Our black leadership have let us down as a people. Understand that when you got your old grandmother or great grand going to church and they giving their whole life savings to the church, that's because they're hoping, because this oppression has beat them down to the point they looking for answers and they putting their trust. They as simple as they can be because they don't know no better. Because these wolves in sheep's clothing, so to say, are taking advantage of them. And understand that when you see the men in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana teaching, that's to help. That's to, according to these scriptures, that's to wake our people up and to give them comfort in the spirit of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our king, our leader, our brother. When we give them hope and they looking for hope, that's the true hope. When you come into ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, when you get the true breakdowns and the true teachings in these scriptures. Now, let me drop that. Let me get Micah 3:11. It says, Micah 3:11, it says, the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Most High and say, is not the Most High among us? None evil can come upon us. Understand that this is when they're sitting there using the Lord's name in vain, and they're deceiving they deceiving our people, because understand that when you have our people, like I said, looking for answers on why things is happening, they don't have the solution at all. The thing they're gonna focus on is giving them donations, money, and telling them to say a couple prayers and calling it the day. They don't have solutions and answers for our people that are children being abused, being molested, being raped, women being battered, men as well going through the oppression and the hardships of what this nation have put our people through. And they have no solution for that. Because once again, our leaders like Martin Luther King, your Jesse Jacksons, Al Sharptons, etc., have let our people down. They have dipped into the pockets of our people and have done nothing for our people. Let me drop that. Let me get into Jeremiah 50:6. It says, okay, Jeremiah 50:6. It says, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains, and they have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Understand that the Most High, like I said earlier, takes offense to when his people, his lost sheep, is led astray. He takes that also personal, because they have turned his people away from righteousness into wickedness. And understand that these false prophets, like I said, has not been profitable for the Lord's people at all. Now let me read, I'm going to read verse 7. It says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because we have sinned against the Most High, the habitation of justice, even the Most High, the hope of their fathers. So the Most High basically have devoured them. And they have basically swallowed up and have turned our people, the Lord's people, against them. And how these preachers get down is, in their eyes, they can never do wrong, because in their minds, as long as they using and they coming out the scriptures, they feel like they've done nothing wrong, that everything about them is righteous, which they you know, they sit there and they'll twist scriptures. They will turn it around and use it for their own selfish gain. Okay, let me drop that. Let me get Jeremiah 5:26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men." Verse 27. As a cage is full of birds. Hold on a second. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat. They shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Verse 28, when it says that it's waxing fat, that they living good, they shining, they bypass the wicked, the deeds of the wicked. Because as long as you're giving money, as long as you're keeping their pockets laced, you can do whatever you want. That's the Christian church. That's these false prophets. That's how they get down. They do whatever they want. They setting snares. They setting traps for men to get their money. When you these Christian churches, they tax the poor, they tax the homeless, Hell, they don't even allow the homeless in, because that's they get down. They look down on our people that are oppressed, that are struggling with mental issues, with homelessness. And understand that this is that's Christianity, because all that these mega churches out there, you get these pastors and priests that they have the big expensive cars that cost as much as a house, and not just one but several of them, on top of having a big mansion, on top of having airplanes and so forth. This is the get down with Christianity. This is the get down with, this is Christianity at its finest, Okay, let me go to verse 29. It says, "Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Most High? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?" Verse 30, "A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land." Verse 31, "The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by means, and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof?" Okay. Let me drop that. Let me go to Isaiah 9:16. Because understand that our people love to be lied to. They would rather be lied to and be told stuff that sound good And to them, that's comforting. Even though they know that it's a lie, it just sounds good for the moment. So it's like Christianity is a drug. And a lot of our people is addicted to it because they go every Sunday to get that fix, to get them going throughout the week. And then when they come down off that high, it's Sunday again. They go back to have the bullshit told to them in these Christian churches. So understand that, you know, it's gonna come a time, and I'm seeing it little by little, but a lot of I'm seeing people really turn away from Christianity, just a small amount. But it's going to be a time where a lot of our people, it's going to be one or two things. Because the time is short. You're either going to drop that and get into these classes. You find a school near you in whatever city you in. And understand that, or you're going to stay in these religions, in these groups that have nothing to do with our people and worship these other gods and deities and disrespect the Most High. So you're either going to live or you're going to die. The choice is yours. At the rate going, I pray and hope we just wake up, all of us, all of our people that are not woken up, wake up. I'm talking about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Wake up and come into this truth. That's why we here. That's why we out in the streets. That's why we in these classes. Because of the love that we have for our people. Because that's the job of an Israelite. That's the job of a priest and prophet of the Most High. Our job is to wake our people up. Understand that what Christianity is doing for our people, it's really nothing. It's really nothing. Let me get Isaiah 9:16. It says, "For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed." Our people are destroyed. Because when you look at the incidences, you know, going back, you know, and it's just so much more. But, you know, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, so forth. And up until recently, when you're looking at how people get slaughtered at the hand of our oppressors, the question I have for these Christian pastors, because a lot of them have money to help, to do things, because they get millions of dollars is funneling through these churches. They're getting money from the government. They're getting money from the congregation. There's money all throughout there. They can help. There should be no reason why any Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian should be homeless in this country, in this nation. There's no reason for that. There's no reason why any Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian should be eating out of any garbage cans. But the rich of our people don't care. Because when our people make it, and I'm going to put this on a lot of our athletes and entertainers and business people, when they make it, they don't look back. Some of them do. I'm not talking about the ones that do. But a lot of our people don't. Because Christianity does that. Christianity allows these false prophets to teach our people to be selfish, to be unbrotherly, to be unsisterly, to hate one another. But ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, nah, the brotherhood and the sisterhood is real. It's pure, it's genuine, and it's about as real as it can get when it pertains to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Let me drop that. Let me get Baruch in the Apocrypha 6 and 28. Okay. Baruch in the Apocrypha 6 and 28. It says, as for the things that are sacrificed unto them, their priests sell and abuse in like manner. In like manner, their wives lay up part thereof in salt. But unto the poor and the impotent, they give nothing of it. Understand that these priests, these false prophets, they do nothing. They sit there and they'll make sure their wives is laced, their family's good, but they'll sit there and turn their back on the poor, the feeble, the sick, the ones that's spiritually broken down. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we don't do that. We're here to fix the Lord's people. We're here to make sure the Lord's people are good, are taken care of, are woken up, are cleaned up. That's our job. This is what we do. These other churches, these other religions out here don't do that for our people. All these religions that our people are in don't do nothing for us. Christianity, Islam, Egyptology, etc. Anything that our Black people are into other than these scriptures, the King James Version Bible, anything that our people are into that's not in ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana is really doing nothing for our people. Let me drop that. Let me get Isaiah 29 and 13. It says, wherefore the Most High say, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouths, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men. So understand that the Most High knows that these false prophets is like a parent with a child. You see that your kid not listening to you and disobeying you and going against your rules when you tell them to do something. They clearly don't fear you. They clearly heart is not into you. They could care less. They disrespect you. You know? So understand that when our people, when these false prophets are not teaching our people what the Lord has told us to do, when our false prophets are dreaming dreams and leading our people into a burning building, understand that the Most High sees is prophecies in this Bible that tells us what's going on with these Sadducees and Pharisees. You know, these false prophets out here. Let me drop that. Let me go to Luke 6 and 46. Okay, it says, And why this is in red, this is Yahweh Shah Mashiach talking. It says, and why call ye me the Most High, the Lord, Lord, and do not things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me, and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. Verse 48. He is like a man which built an house, and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of the house was great. So understand that the Most High, when you come to him, he's the rock, he's the foundation. This truth, these words, these scriptures is the foundation for us to build that solid house. But when you going off your own understanding, when you going off of the next man's understanding and belief, and you going contrary to the scriptures, your foundation is going to be weak. It's going to break down. When you look at these churches, when you look at these Israelite groups, when you look at every religion that goes against, contrary to this doctrine, these scriptures, the foundation is not solid. It breaks up because it's not built on a solid foundation. ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana is built on a solid foundation. We deal with the truth and nothing but the truth. Let me get a few more scriptures in. Let me get Isaiah 30:9. It says, hold on, let me see. It says that, as Isaiah 30:9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High. Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Understand that this rebellious people, these lying children that don't want to hear the Most High, they want to hear the smooth things. They want to hear the pastors, the preachers. They want to hear all that smooth stuff in church. They want to see the dancing, the moving, the partying, singing. They want to be lied to about dreams, about false dreams that they've seen that the Most High have given them. Our people are rebellious, are stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious people. Now drop that. Let me get 1 Samuel 15:23. Okay, it goes 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So understand, when you're being rebellious and you're coming against these scriptures, it's as the sin of witchcraft. It's on the level of witchcraft. Being rebellious, coming up against this truth. And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. because thou hast rejected the word of the Most High. He hath also rejected thee from being king. So understand that when you reject the Most High, you reject, first of all, our king, our brother, Yahushua Mashiach, which y'all know is Jesus Christ. You're sitting there and you're disrespecting our brother that died for us so we can have another chance. That's why I should be no black, Hispanic, or Native Indian in these Christian churches right here. If you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, we should be paying homage to our king, our brother, our leader that died, gave his life for us so we could get another chance. That's why when he comes back, it's prophesied that he's coming back with a double-edged sword to judge. And understand that he's not coming back passing out candy, cotton candies, and gumballs. He's coming with a double-edged sword. He's going to crack the sky with 200 million angels. And it's going to be a bloodbath. And understand that 2/3 of our people are going to perish because it's prophesied in there. It's all part of the prophecies. So if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indians, you need to wake up. You need to get out these Christian churches. And you need to get right and get into these classes. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You got to get into these classes and learn and claim your culture. Let me go into Jeremiah 23:1. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroyed and scattered the sheep of my pasture, saith the Most High. Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, powers of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Visit them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Most High. Verse 3. I'm gonna do verse 3. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. So that's the Most High. The Most High is saying that he's going to visit. He's going to visit them for their evil doings that have led these pastors that have scattered the Most High sheep, the Lord's people, the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and have them scattered all over the place. He's going to round them up. He's going to make them fruitful. He's going to bring them back to him. And he's going to deal with these false prophets, these Sadducees and Pharisees. Let me do a few more scriptures. Let me get First Maccabees. Hold on. First Maccabees 1 and 10. Verse 10. Okay. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137 years of the kingdom of the Greeks. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. This, like I said, is what Christianity has done. Have taken to the heathens. Christianity have had us celebrate Christmas, take on these Roman customs, following their holidays. Christianity have allowed eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, and taken to the ways of the heathens. That's why when the Most High says mark them, that cause division, that's causing division amongst us, the brothers and sisters in the truth, the brothers and sisters in ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. And that's the difference between us and them. Because you're getting nothing but the truth here. The Most High is not a respecter of persons, so if you go off, you're going to get judged according to these scriptures. And that's the bottom line. Nobody's exempt from this truth. Let me drop that. Let me get Isaiah 56 and 10. Okay, it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Sleeping, laying down, loving to slumber. Verse 11. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own ways, everyone for his gain from, his quarter. Understand that these greedy dogs, these pastors and priests don't care about us. Michael King, Martin Luther King did not care about us. They only care about their lust and their desires. Michael King was white women. He had a lust for white women. Scriptures clearly tell you about dealing with heathens, people, men and women of other nationalities. We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to interracially marry. But here you go, Michael King, Martin Luther King Jr., being a man, supposed to be a man of the cloth, but what happened? What part of the scripture did he leave out about dealing with women of another nationality? He didn't want to hear that because he wasn't reading out of a King James Version Bible, a 1611. He was reading out of one of them Gideon or New World International Bibles, or one of them slave Bibles that they have out there. So let me drop that. Let me get Ezekiel 13 and 2. Okay. It says, Ezekiel 13:2, it says, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Most High. Verse 3, Thus saith the Most High Powers, Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert. Verse 5, Ye have not gone up unto the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Most High. Verse 6, They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, The Most High saith, and the Most High had not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Verse 7, Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lie divination? Whereas ye say, The Most High saith, I'll bet I have not spoken. Verse 8, Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Most High Power. Verse 9, And mine hands shall be upon the prophets that see vanity, and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel. Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Most High Powers. Understand that these false prophets, these priests, these deacons, bishops, you name it. Understand that you've been warned. You've been warned according to these scriptures. The Most High, you know, you're on the clock. You're on the clock because you have to stop this madness. Or you preachers and pastors, or the Christianity on a whole. You've been warned that the Most High will bring swift death upon you. Understand that the Most High is not playing with you. And it's going on now as we speak. It's been going on, and it's going to be going on at a higher level. Let me get Ezekiel 34:10. Okay. Ezekiel 34:10. Thus saith the Most High Power, Behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. Okay, I'm going to go to verse 2. It says, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Most High Power, unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Verse 3, Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought against that which was driven away, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them. And ye were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Most High. As I live, saith the Most High powers, surely because my flock became my prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Understand that with Christianity, with the Christian churches out there, they don't feed the Most High flock. With Martin Luther King Jr., aka Michael King, aka Orgy Mike, understand that he did not feed the Most High's flock. These Christian pastors do not feed the Most High's flock. He has us out there. He has the Lord's people, the 12 tribes of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians out there, scattered, being able to be taken advantage of by these other nations, by the beasts out here of the field. So understand that Christianity has done nothing for our people. Understand that Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream was not a dream. Understand that it was a nightmare for every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian out there. So think about that. When you think about Christianity, when you think about how the recent Capitol Hill incident, where these these white Christians got aggressive and ran through the Capitol. They didn't march. Understand that Martin Luther King Jr. marched, Farrakhan marched, and did nothing. Christianity have made Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men effeminate, while it makes our oppressor looks masculine, according to this society, this government. Understand that every Black, Hispanic man, you're looking to get your masculinity back, get into these classes. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. And understand that Christianity is not the way to go if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. And Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream was a complete nightmare. That's my time, Israel. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshabarakatham. Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushai. I'm priest and officer Kuraya Allah out of ISUPK, Connecticut. That's my time. Shalom.